At every academy, we fly the academy flag. That lets all these people know that you are training to come save them. That you are doing your best here, that way someday, if they ever have to call upon you, they know what they're getting. They know that they're getting the very best from South Metro.
Fear no pain!
Fear no pain!
It takes a special person!
It takes a special person!
To play this game!
To play this game!
Class 24-1, all present and accounted for.
Hoorah! 24 men dedicated firefighters ready to serve!
Academy!
Yes, sir!
SMFR
24-1!
In this!
Together!
We train!
Together!
We graduate!
Together!
We learn!
Or leave!
All in!
All out!
Hoorah!
Hoorah! 24-1!
2, 1, go to work!
Breathe the wall, buddy. Get the air down there. Get the air down there. Get the air down there. Let's go, so get it.
Good effort this morning. Good focus. Stuck out. Let's keep that thing going. You got 2 more days this week, yeah?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's keep that momentum going.
So this week we're focusing on SCBA. We're starting with a good crawl, walk, run for them. And it's just going to be a basic progression as far as getting them introduced to SCBA and getting them comfortable and familiar with their bunker gear, wearing the SCBA, and being able to use it under a pretty low stress environment to start with. And then as the week progresses, we're going to start getting them into a little more stressful situations using their SCBAs.
You guys need to develop your technique for controlling gear at all times from here on out, okay? So right now, like when you guys are all spread out like this, we let you put everything on the ground. That's not practical for real life, right? That's only for testing scenarios. Hey, you've got 2 minutes to don all of your gear, right? Then you can set it out all nice and pretty. That doesn't happen in the real world, okay?
As an academy as a whole, they're progressing pretty well overall. It's good to see that they've been practicing, they've been doing stuff on their off days, and we hit the ground running this morning doing SCBA drills, and they're all under their 2-minute time frame and with very little issues. So it was encouraging to see academy as a whole this soon into SCBA, how well they're doing.
Have to go this way through the strap. If we go any other way, that is not going to be fun to try and put back on our heads. Okay, so you grab back brim, feed it right through the strap, and then your helmet rests on your forearm. Everybody see that?
Second floor search, go!
This is a method where our pack is already turned on, and you're gonna see this as we start walking around on this drill. Your pack is already on, you're already connected to your mask. So that way when you go on, your regulator is already here, you don't have to do anything else to put your helmet on. That kind of makes sense? This was the baby step. Once we get moving here, if you had any trouble with your regulator, we'll clean that up.
The biggest thing with this is going to be muscle memory. Through your entire career, you need to have the same process down. So, like we were talking about, this is a low stress environment. There's not people screaming, it's not the middle of the night, you're being woke up. This is middle of the day. We need to have their muscle memory down now, and they have their process down, so when we are in a stressful situation, that they don't even have to think twice about what they're doing. They've done it so many times, they practice hundreds and hundreds of times that it's just muscle memory. They're just doing what they've done forever.
Yeah, my straps were hanging out of my hood and kind of one thing after the other, but you know, we're going to get a ton of reps. We're having a ton of fun today. Beautiful day, and 24-1 is going to get better.
Most time we've spent in bunker gear so far, so starting to get the hang of things and a little bit more efficient.
What's it like having that on and off and get this stuff going?
There's a little bit of a learning curve for sure. A lot of different straps and moving parts to make sure are all in alignment. And but once you get the hang of it, develop your own process. It's a lot more efficient.
Well, if you're a simple man, it's not a simple task.
You have to pull that back, deactivate it right, start turning it before you can release this. Because it's sitting in the groove. So if you just go like this, it falls right back into the groove, and then you're sitting there fighting it.
Yes, sir. That makes sense. Thank you, sir.
I'm just having trouble reaching that knob to
Break it down.
turn my tank off. Turning it on isn't such a problem, but when I have to depress it in to turn it off, I have some shoulder mobility issues from a surgery I had several years ago, so I'm just struggling with it, and that shoulder's getting fatigued. So
Yeah, so sometimes we'll take some of the recruits to the side and work more with them. We've identified some of the struggles that they had, and we'll be able to pull them off to the side in a more controlled setting and give them kind of more of a one-on-one time and work with them on some of the smaller issues that they're having and kind of fine-tune some of those skills in a more private setting.
So go ahead and put those blackout shades on, and then we'll do the same stuff.
Right here. That goes over your volume button, and then same thing on this side. So it's this short one that goes around that.
These blackout masks you have, I want you to take them everywhere with you when we come out for drills.
Blackout, let's go. Little stuff right here. Door coming open.
Okay? Yes, sir. You're basically going to be living in those things. Every drill, have that with you. Don't take it off unless we tell you to take it off.
Yes, sir.
It's definitely a different element of not being able to use your eyes. It's things a lot bigger perspective, knowing what can actually occur on the job where you can't see inside, there's no visibility, and it just makes it a lot more tougher and stuff we need to be prepared for.
How did it get left behind?
I think in the commotion after we were dismissed to do certain chores.
Yeah, we're on the rack still.
Yeah, we'll have to find out.
Is that a clean take? Is that a clean take?
Hey, if it's on the rack, you have to grab it immediately when we're dismissed. If that's how you grab it.
Yep, boom, done. It means we're gonna have to pay out. I don't know what it's gonna be, but I guess we'll find out. The first time we've lost the axe in about half weeks now, so not too bad, but had to happen at some point, I guess.
Kind of a little defeat and everything, but I mean, again, it was all our responsibility. We were a little tired, we got a little complacent, so. Today is called a yard sale.
There you go, Ritter, go.
What this means is everybody's packs are completely scrambled and tied together, and they have to go with a gloved hand and blacked out just so that they can't see and so that they understand every piece of their pack, and they are untangling their pack.
Right here. I found my pack.
And getting it ready to go as if they were going into a fire.
Going on to the next one. Where's everyone at?
I got one here. I got this one.
Alright, is that one good?
Yeah, I got it. I just got it.
We are blindfolded and we are working on getting to know our SCBA packs really well. So they messed them all up for us, and we get to come detangle all the different straps, and we get to learn to use our hands to feel as opposed to using our eyes to see what's going on. So we get to know our packs extremely well. You got one over here? Yeah, I got one over here. Okay.
This academy to me is a lot of different things. It's a lot of mental challenges, physical challenges, endurance, strength, just all these different things that I've never done something like this before. Even like I wouldn't say basic training is like anything like this. Plus, whenever I went to basic training, I was like 19, so it's a lot different now. Being 34, deciding on a new career, it's just kind of retraining yourself, especially if you've been used to some kind of environment beforehand.
Here? Where you at?
Towards me. You hear it? You hear it?
I'm going.
Yep, keep going.
Maybe not doing as much physical labor or not mentally challenging yourself, getting a little too complacent, so it can be a little bit of a challenge. I want to be a firefighter because I really, truly want to support others around me. being in the military, you couldn't really have that direct support of like a community or something of that sort. It's kind of like one of those things, you do actions and people understand it or know about it, but they don't feel the direct benefits of those actions that you take. Whereas being a firefighter, you're directly impacting your community in like a multitude of different ways, which is another reason why South Metro, since it's all hazards and you get to interact with the community on like multiple aspects, that's kind of what I want to do.
I haven't found one yet. Is there any noise? Do you guys hear any near you?
Not being able to picture that pack, right? And I think a lot of people struggle with the visual identity of it. And if you can close your eyes and you can picture that pack and how things are, but if you can't translate that from your head to your hands, then it's hard to translate what that's supposed to feel like.
You know what this feels like? Survivor.
Are you surviving?
I'm trying.
You know how two snaps feel when you push them together and you push them together and then you feel that they're sitting on top of each other?
Yeah.
That's what you're looking for.
It's a little hard to feel with gloves, but you gotta slow down your breathing and kind of focus through it.
Can you watch me though? Just make sure I'm not like by myself doing it. Okay. I want to die. Not yet.
To get through confined spaces, that they're going to be able to be comfortable using their SCBA and making it through confined spaces with that bottle on. We're going into what we call IDLH environments, and this is what's protecting us in there. We have our bunker gear and we have our SCBA, and that's why we stress so much this first week on that, is that's our lifeline when we go into fires. That bunker gear is protecting us from heat, from smoke, from things falling on us, and the SCBA is letting us breathe air inside of fires. So if anything goes wrong with them inside, they need to be able to how to troubleshoot them, and they need to know understand what's going on with them in the IDLH.
Stationers crawling through, staying on the hose line, just getting used to crawling around in their packs. At the same time, we want them to practice their line of check, so we're turning off their bottle to simulate if they crawling around, and sometimes your bottle can spin off, and go through the line of check to make sure their masking regulator is still intact and working well, and then also that their bottle is fully turned on. So that's what we keep turning them off and just getting them comfortable with that sucking in their face all the time.
So going the same direction, sir. I'm 100 feet in.
Copy that. Keep going. Pretty low key for them right now. Them being blacked out, not being able to see is pretty, the most probably close to real life as it is, just zero visibility, but no heat and pretty open conditions is pretty kind of outside the norm, pretty easy right now.
Check my purge. Turn my bottle back on.
Yep.
Did a line check on the first two. I didn't do a full line check on the third.
Yeah, make sure you go all the way up, right? Don't tell anybody else what we're doing over there.
Yes, sir.
What was it like?
It's like a hose mace. You want me to look at the camera or look at you?
I mean, what'd you run into?
This is just a blacked out situation. We were following a hose line, staying on that hose line so we didn't get lost in the building and making our way through.
Could you tell that you were being kind of messed with, that he was like messing with your bottle, or could you even tell that I was right there with a flashlight on you?
No, I couldn't tell that you were there. I heard you a couple times, but other than that, I couldn't tell that there was a flashlight at all. No, sir.
Challenging, obviously just because you don't know what you're doing, or like kid doesn't know where you're gonna go next, but I mean the biggest thing is just staying calm and feeling around and trying to figure out, you know, what is around by just your senses, but not too bad. It's definitely getting harder and harder, but you try to see the fun in it and made it through, so it's something to be proud of.
You banged your head a couple times, you banged your body.
Yes, sir. I mean, when you're blacked out, I use whatever I can. I try to line my pack up with the corner, just to know that, hey, I have a right angle there, and I'm just gonna kind of follow that either with my bottle or with my foot. So it's strategy, it's not banging your head, you know?
You guys have the luxury today of not being masked and blacked out. It's just to get familiar with all these things. So you can kind of see what you got in front of you. So you know where all these ropes are going. You just, feel around. It's a pretty big opening. You've already been through the stud, you've already been through the tube. This is pretty big compared to all that, but you know you have all these other obstacles to it. So get up to it, feel around it, understand what you're getting into, and then start feeling for all your obstacles and your ropes and everything.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Just to clarify.
Yep.
Would it be better if I push all the ropes to one side And I can clear my bottle, keep my bottle low?
Yeah, so keep your bottle in that corner there.
Yes, sir.
And then feed you're going to be passing along, because most of these ropes are going to get caught on your bottle, whether it's on top, whether it's down where your connections are.
Yes, sir.
So keep that in that corner away from everything as you feed that over top of you.
Yes, sir.
Okay? That way you can kind of trace where it's going as you go through. So once you pass that hip, you can be able to slide past and move forward to the next obstacle. You already see these ropes here, right? They're already going to be a problem, so get your hand under both of these and feed them up.
Get called for a fire in the middle of the night and we show up on scene. We don't have all the time in the world when we show up. We need to be able to get stuff done quickly, and that's back to that muscle memory. There's a lot of stuff going through their minds. This is just the initial foundation of what we're going to be talking about for the next 20 weeks is this SCBA.
Sweeping that front arm forward. Just take a deep breath. Feel this rope here. Front arm forward. Keep going, keep feeling. There you go.
Once we get past this, we're going to start talking about hose line placement, ladders, victim rescue, firefighters down. So once they have this down, that's why we need to have a good foundation of SCBA and skills and processes, so that when we do have stressful situations, that they're able to just flawlessly go through that. And that's why we do this repetitive nature and have it in a stressful time frame.
So close, keep your focus.
There you go. Good job.
Come on. Almost there.
There might be some wiring that you need to go over instead of under, and also just do things about being mindful that you know the tips that they're giving you. Nervous? No. Frustrated? Yes. You feel like you're doing well, the next thing you know, something's caught up on you and your hands are all tangled up, or you have a piece of equipment that's caught up in something.
That's a nightmare.
Good job, man. Way to stay calm in that. Way to work back through things. But yeah, sometimes if you get deep into that, you're just gonna have to keep minding that stuff that you've already gone through. Make your way back down, and you just gotta feel around, try and identify where that's caught on you.
It was a nightmare. Not being able to see was pretty tough, but you just got to feel your way through and try and stay as calm as you can. And if you get caught, go back, get something so you can keep moving. So yeah, it was tough.
What did it mean to have everybody kind of helping you?
Yeah, I mean it's a lot. It's nice to hear people around you supporting you, kind of helping you along the way. At some point, you might not have everyone there, so just kind of knowing that you can get through it and kind of go forward from there. It was definitely really nice. Yeah.
Start feeling around and size up in your brain how big that is, and then manipulate your body to get through there. So you go through just crawling wise and lock your shoulders in, just swim through it. Get your shoulders through. That's your biggest part, right? So you were right there. Get up in there. And now turn your enough to go through. There you go. Manipulate your hips. Good. The buckle, that little buckle, tightening buckle on that strap, is the only thing that's getting caught up right here. So on the other side of it, it doesn't have that. So try going the other arm first.
The challenges are just trying to maneuver your body through a tight space, just trying to find what angle works out best. Along with you also got to determine the pack too. You got to remember that's in place. So you also got to rearrange that. Sometimes maybe pulling it a little bit down, center of gravity, or like adjusting it to the side. But I think it's a good challenge. It'll take some time getting used to.
You can manipulate your body some way to get through there. So keep that as the last option. Figure out how your body mechanics work, how the SCBA fits, how your pack fits, how you're working your way through, and just try and figure out a way of doing that. Okay?
It pays to be small, baby.